music room.
Big L here for the music room. This week we're concentrating on Deep Purple and percussion. My special guest, EMG recording artist, Big L Hoose. He's going to take you through and show you all the drums, how to tune them, how to play these songs, and most of all, how to get the best sound that you can get out of a drum set. So stay tuned. Okay, folks, like I told you, we're going to go through and show you some Deep Purple songs. We're going to show you the basis of the song and then let you go from there. So number one was Smoke on the Water. Now, a lot of people get confused about this song because they'll come up and they'll play this bar chord, which is a G. That's not actually what he plays. He doesn't even hit this E string. Now, on this song, basically what he does is he hits the A string and he hits the D string. So what I want you to do is come up here like you're playing a bar chord, but do not hit this E string. Now, if he ever sees you, I'm talking about Richie Blackmore, if he ever sees you playing that song and he plays a bar chord, he'll probably come up and smack you upside the head because he really gets offended when people do that. So let's play the song right. Now, if you also notice how much bite he gets. The reason he gets that bite, that he picks up when he plays a chord, hitting the high string first. And he does that in just about every song that he plays, and that's how he gets his unique sound. So let's take a look at a couple more of his songs. This one is called Burn. See, same thing. He picks it up. You can watch me. I'm picking up on all this stuff. Okay, now here's another one. Okay, now most of these songs you can get off of Deep Purple's Machine Head. So let's take a look at another one. This is a classic, so I really want you to pay attention to this one. That's the first part and the basics of the song. Come to your A string now, and we're going to do that little run that he does. Let's take a look at it one more time. I'm going to slow it down for you. And there it is. Now let's take a look at one of my favorite songs. And what he does in this is he does what you call a half step. So he steps down just one step on this particular song. Let's take a look at it and see if you can guess what it is. Okay, now let's take a closer look at it and slow it down for you. It's an open E string. That's where that half step comes in. Isn't that clever? He has so many good licks that I can't help but to sit down and play along with his records. Now let's take a look at something a little bit further down the line. As he aged, he mellowed a little bit. And we're going to take a look at something called Perfect Strangers. Now it's basically just a... bar chords, that's all it is. So let's take a look at the change. The change is tricky, and what you want to do is you want to choke up on your strings. Take that palm of your hand and put it right there on those strings so they're dead. Hear how dead that is? And that's what you want. Okay, there's another song off that same album, and I'm going to show you a little bit of that. So let's listen to it. Now I'm playing it with my fingers. He actually uses a slide on it. So follow along with me. There's that half step. He uses this in just so many different songs. He just steps down that, not the full thing, but, you know what I mean? Take a look at this. Okay, get your machine head out, get your Perfect Strangers out, and the other Deep Purple, and have some fun with it. Okay, like I was telling you earlier, we're here to discuss drums and percussion. I got my special guest here, Bill Hoose. He so graciously is coming on the show to teach you how to play the drums. So let's take a look and let's ask him some questions. First thing I want to know is how do you hold your drumsticks?
Well, there's a lot of ways you can hold the drumsticks. When you're in symphony or you're taking lessons when you're a child, generally they teach you the standard classic method of holding your sticks. You place the stick in your left hand between your forefinger and your thumb and rest it between your two middle fingers, and you play with the right hand with it conventionally, unless you're left-handed, then you reverse them. Otherwise, as most rock drummers and most percussionists nowadays, they use just a double-fisted grip. Very basic, very simple. That way everything matches up.
Now I also notice when I'm looking here that you have these little plastic things on your drum. Now, can you tell us about these things and what these do?
Well, Lauren, the basic thing is with a zero ring or with any kind of a dampener on a drum head. This is one of the newest, most modern versions, the simplest to use and the most effective. When you hit a drum, they just ring forever. They
sure
sound
does,
very
doesn't
tinny,
it?
they
Wow.
ring forever. So what we do is we use a dampening methods. There's a lot of different methods you can use. The old-fashioned way was a pad and a piece of tape. Now we have lots of methods. We have gels, and we have these zero rings, or studio rings, as these particular brand are called. You place one of these on the drums, it deadens the head for you, which gives you a much fuller, fatter studio sound and lets the drum stop at a distance that you would like it to stop at. So the sound only carries so far and then dampens.
Wow, that's almost like 9 and day, isn't it? I'm sitting here in the studio and I hear this big, incredible difference.
Yeah, let's hear it again.
Wow. Now, if you folks out there can really hear the difference, I would suggest you go to your music store and pick you up some of these dead ringers.